The Ethereum merge is upon us, which is exciting news for Ethereum holders as it is one step closer to moving from proof of work to proof of stake. And the latest news is that the Kiln Testnet was a success, which means the actual merge may happen in Q2. We'll see. But I do want to go into the details of this news, deep dive the roadmap a little bit more, and the implications for those that are mining Ethereum as well as those that are holding it. We know that the Beacon chain was launched last year, and the Kiln Testnet was basically created in order to make sure that the merge, when it happens, goes without any issues. This merge actually did happen last week. The network is now entirely running under proof of stake, and that means that the testnet is running on proof of stake, not the mainnet. The mainnet is the blockchain that's currently out there. When you send Ether, it's all being done and settled on the mainnet, whereas all these test nets, that is for developers to experiment, make sure that there's no bugs, and that Ethereum just doesn't blow up when they actually do the merge. In the original roadmap on ethereum.org, it has the merge happening in Q2 of 2022. We got some confirmation that that's in a good ballpark range, just because we had some developers come out and propose that the difficulty bomb delay would be moved to June 2022. The miners that are currently on the mainnet making money from proof of work, the difficulty bomb would make it so they're no longer making money, incentivized to move away from Ethereum mining and proof of work and just go to another cryptocurrency with their hash rate. If you're still not sure what the merge would look like, this visual may help. You have the Ethereum mainnet and its history with proof of work, the current protocol, and you have the Beacon chain and proof of stake in parallel. And during the merge, you simply take all the history of Ethereum, put it on the proof of stake chain, and going forward, you have proof of stake and no longer proof of work. And there will only be one mainnet. If there is a split of proof of work Ethereum versus proof of stake Ethereum, the proof of stake version is the mainnet. The good news is if you own Ether, you don't have to do anything. If you have it on a centralized exchange, a wallet, doesn't matter. The protocol itself is changing, but you don't have to do anything specifically with your own Ether. If you're one of those holders that staked your Ether for Ether 2.0, after the merge, you still have to wait a little bit in order to withdraw anything. On ethereum.org, they basically say that there needs to be a little bit of a cleanup, and they'll introduce features to allow stakers to actually withdraw those funds. Once the merge is complete, the next set of upgrades for Ethereum 2.0 would be shard chain, which isn't supposed to happen until 2023. Let's talk about what I think this does for Ethereum's price going forward. Ethereum's currently priced at $3,000, and the all-time high for Ethereum is around 4,700. That was back when risk assets were all the hype and everything was hunky-dory, but we know how risk assets have performed in 2022. That's all right though. I think going into the merge, there'll be probably more speculation, and I think going in, we'll get even more of a bump for Ethereum's price. I'm very bullish long-term on Ethereum. That's on the demand side. What you also have going on for Ethereum is the fact that the issuance of ETH will actually go down once proof of stake is implemented. It's estimated for an annual inflation rate to go from 4.3% to around 0.43%. Very similar to the inflation that we're dealing right now with the US dollar, you have the same thing with cryptocurrencies where they're issuing new crypto to people that are mining or staking, and this increases the supply. Whereas if you lower the issuance, if you're just holding Ethereum, there's not as much Ethereum being introduced into the supply side, and the price of Ethereum can also go higher because of that. And what's even crazier is with the implementation of EIP 1559, which introduced a fee burn for the people that are mining. There's a base fee as well as an amount that goes to the miner itself. Those base fees are getting burned, and since the launch, around $5 billion of Ether has been burned, which is an insane amount. When you factor in there'll also be Ether that's being burned, Ethereum will actually become deflationary. Again, all things equal, deflationary, and there's no change in demand, then the price will go up for Ethereum. On top of all the good news around price, you also have the Ethereum blockchain moving towards something that's more scalable, more secure, and more sustainable, which is obviously all great news as well. And hopefully, with the move to proof of stake, the price for gas and transactions continues to come down. The real question becomes if the Q2 actually happens. There has been a history of the roadmap being pushed off or delayed a little bit, it, and we've seen it so many times that that's a running joke. Does it happen in Q2? Not 100%, right? There's no definitive date, but it's definitely coming up on the horizon, and it is something you should be excited about if you own Ether. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, as well as consider subscribing to Main Street Wolf, where we talk cryptocurrency, anything to do with money. Thanks guys for watching, and have a great day.